Hello, everyone,
Hello.
and
How are you
welcome
doing?
to Dungeons and Dragons. Last time on D&D, I don't fucking remember. It was over a year ago. We're gonna do our best, okay? I'm like 90% sure the last thing we did was tell Drusilla the tree.
Yeah, we had convinced them that we were the same people that we were before. It was like 10 years had passed. We
I
burned the
do remember
tree.
that.
We ended up going to sleep after, I think, all of us except Hamilton. Is that your name in this one? Yeah, Hamilton, I think he left, didn't get drunk, and everyone else kind of stayed downstairs reminiscing and talking. And yeah.
Well, let's start it off by everybody
Uh-oh.
rolling a d20. As you
Journal
wake up
notes.
after Teldrassilling a tree, so to speak,
Okay. Okay.
you all wake up feeling very refreshed, except for Itar. You feel a little emptiness inside, maybe like a little disappointment, a little uncertainty as you essentially burned down your god's tree the previous night. So you're a little conflicted. You're a little bit concerned about what Amos might have to say about that. But everyone else, you wake up feeling fine. Elquin,
Oh
Mandy,
dear.
you wake up feeling like you are being watched by someone or something.
See, I'm still in bed, so I'm just gonna kind of slowly roll over to see if I can see what's watching me.
And roll a perception check at disadvantage since you just woke up. 17, not bad. Okay. You wake up, you blink your eyes a few times, and in the corner of your room, you briefly spot what appears to be just a tiny lizard with glowing yellow eyes before it darts away out of your room.
I stare at the corner and then look at the door and just slowly get up out of bed and walk downstairs, confused and pondering why there's a lizard in my room staring at me.
You make your way downstairs. Everyone else wakes up as well. Does the rest of the gang also, go join the rest of the party? Maybe get some breakfast.
I guess I'll go out into there, walk up to the woman, and hey, what breakfast? What you got? What we got for breakfast this morning?
We have
Oh Lord.
sort of pulls out a paper from under the table, looks at it for a second. Looks like this morning is pancakes or
Ah,
waffles.
ah, wait, pancakes or waffles? It's the same thing, just made differently.
Oh no.
Exactly. How do you want them made? Pancakes or waffles?
I want a pan waffle or pan awful
Medium rare.
or a waff cake. I want a waff cake.
I'll do what I can, but no promises. All right, Mister.
Okay.
She brings out the waff cake, except it's like 80% waffle and 20% pancake. She just brings it out to you and just like, look, I did my best, but it's just not
Hey,
that
look, this
easy.
was your first shot. I kind of blindsided you with it. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. But you know what? The ratios will get there. I'll just next every day. I don't even know what day it is. We'll just call it Tuesday. Every Tuesday, I'll just come and I'll just ask for the same thing. That way, your skills get better.
Anyway,
It
she
should be
looks at you and it's just, you're lucky I even tried it at all. And then just walks away with a look of disgust.
I didn't. Thank you. I didn't say I wasn't appreciative. I appreciate you.
You said the words, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed, man.
I'm not disappointed at you. I'm disappointed in general.
Okay, yeah, nice damage control, buddy.
I mean,
And she goes back up to the bar and starts ignoring anything else you say.
I go find a strawberry for my waffle cake.
I plop
Anyone
down
else?
next to Harold, and
You
I
plop
just
down next to
take
Harold.
a or a fruit off of his plate, and then look at the weird pankoffle thing situation and be like, "The fuck is that?"
Waffle cake. You should ask for one.
You have the strawberry in your hands now. Yes.
Yes.
Please make for me
Oh dear.
a dexterity saving throw. As you grab the strawberry, very briefly, you notice out of the corner of your eye, the lizard you saw earlier lunging towards your strawberry, and very dexterously, you move the strawberry out of the way before said lizard gets to connect with the strawberry.
Can I snatch the lizard out of the air while avoiding him eating my strawberry?
You can try. Yeah, go ahead and make. Um, Go ahead and make an unarmed strike attack for that. I assume you're going after it with the hand that does not have a strawberry in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Obviously.
Obviously, I figured I'd ask you. Yeah, 16 will definitely do it. You grab you grab the lizard out of the air. Now you have a lizard in your hand. What would you like to do with it?
I'm scruffing it by its little lizard neck, and I just stare down, and I'm like, "Why were you in my room watching me while I slept?"
I'm slowly just eating my waffle cake and just watching this because it's right next to me. Could be that she was the lizard was waiting for breakfast, and the lizard might be hungry. Right? I hold up some strawberries in my hand.
I smack Harold's hand away. I need to know why this lizard was in my room watching me sleep.
You can go ahead and make an insight check on the lizard if you would like. The lizard's
That is
eyes
good.
are very dull. Its eyes are currently fixed on the handful of strawberries.
If you tell me why you were watching me, I might consider giving you a bite of strawberry.
I'd like to cast Detect Magic.
Yes, both of you detect that there is magic coming from the lizard.
What school of magic?
The transmutation.
I was to say, outside of the verbal and somatic components, might see me uttering some sort of incantation. Itard just sits there though, like he's just watching the whole thing play out as well.
I just kind of look at the lizard, go, "You got yourself into this one. You're gonna need to get yourself out."
I side eye Harold.
Now go ahead and make another dexterity check as the lizard sort of tries to worm its way out of your grip. That will, in fact, beat an 8. So yes, it tries to wiggle out of your grasp, and you manage to hold on to it.
I grip it slightly harder. Don't try to escape. Just tell me why the fuck you were watching me sleep.
Well, go ahead and roll damage for an unarmed strike, Mandy, as you grip onto the lizard. As the lizard tries to weasel its way out of your grasp, you hold on to it. You grasp it slightly harder, and you firmly grasp it slightly harder, and you hear it make a nasty noise before suddenly it pops out of your hand, shape-shifting into a lizard, a gray lizard folk. So Alki, go ahead and take 3 bludgeoning damage and describe your character for us.
Well, I'm just a little guy on
Oops.
his birthday, god damn it. Trying to have a fucking strawberry, god damn it. Hi there. Name is Keeltath. Gray, silver, silver on this thing because it doesn't have gray. Like 6'5", 200 pounds, druid, as you could tell. because Taco said that we maybe needed another healer so that he could
Nah,
make
it's
thing a
fine.
little bit harder.
We like to die, it's fine.
We
to
like to die. It's
compensate for
fine.
Vera's damage.
He's a Circle of the Land Druid. Arctic. Which means Taco gets to make everything a not humanoid, so have fun forgetting about that, Taco.
Everyone else describe your main campaign characters for Alki, since she does not know about them yet.
First?
We will start with Mandy.
Oh, yeah, you're the one that's manhandling Alki over here. Well,
Yeah.
I'm a 5'6" wood elf. Got me some deep brown hair, light copper skin. I'm like 110 years old. It's fine.
Very
Got nice hazel
nice.
eyes, but you can't really see them because I usually have a hood on. I'm very thin and lanky. Usually have both my rapiers with me because I dual wield. I'm cool like that.
Hamilton, you're next.
Well, you see, Hamilton is your typical edgelord wannabe. So he's like 6'3". He's very pale and he has blood red eyes, short black hair, and most of the time has his hood up to hide because he's been made fun of and outcasted from his red eyes since birth. Yeah, he likes to cause problems for the group a lot of the time. But by problems and the group, I mean collateral damage our tank a lot of the times. I got a staff on my back that I have, but that's pretty much it.
Vera, you're next.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Harold. Bonefire. Yeah, I'm. How you doing? 5'11", blonde, green eyes,
Fucking
male,
shorties, man.
lawful,
Oh, I guess you are
neutral.
elves.
But you also see, he's got 2 swords at his hip, and then also a really interesting looking bow on his back. And one might say that he looks like a ranger, but you might be surprised. He looks like he's an outdoorsy kind of person. He's kind of dressed up in samurai armor for some fucking reason. That's about it.
Next up is Cyril Whale.
You see a live looking human question mark. I'm rereading my notes because it's been so long since I've described this character. This is definitely not an elf. It's very much a human. It looks, when you look at this guy, it's like you're looking at a funhouse mirror of a person. All the proportions are right, but there's something built wrong. Something is absolutely fucked up with this person. His hair, while being the dark brown that a person's would usually be, it's like brambles and a little bit of tree bark instead of actual hair. If you look at his eyes at the right angle, instead of being the dark brown that a person's usually would be, it's like you see a little bit of like flecks of iridescence in there. Like this dude is fucked up. And arm in arm, this dude comes down with a mirror image of himself, shimmering a faint light blue, wielding a large shield and a rapier. This is our party's fighter.
Ash,
Hey,
describe your character.
Hey.
My character is a half elf, average height, pretty young by half elf standards, I guess, like 20s. Reddish brown hair in a braid. She also tends to have her hood up all the time because where she grew up, people didn't like elves, so she hides her ears. Hazel greenish eyes. I don't think that the panther's inside the inn. He's probably outside, so I can't describe him yet.
I mean, it's a panther. A panther
Yeah,
is a panther.
it's just a black panther.
But Itar.
So off kind of in the vicinity, but purposely chosen a little chair to himself, you will find something that you don't really see very often.
Something.
He is a younger ASMR, kind of has a slight glow to him, but the first thing that you'll notice is a scar across his face, kind of going from the middle of his forehead, going across one of the eyes. And it glows with kind of a dark purple to blues, like back and forth between those colors. And then you'll notice a similar glow coming off of his chest just a little bit. He has kind of a silver with a hint of blue hair, kind of is slightly styled, comes down to about his neck. And he wears brown and blue robes, kind of similar to what you would think just a regular wizard would wear. You don't see him carrying any kind of weapons or anything, though, as well. And he kind of has a slight. He, like, when you look over to him, he locks eyes with you, and he's kind of just. He just kind of sits and stares, not like creepy, but probably a little unnerving at first. Like he's studying you.
Okay, you pop out of lizard form and you just kind of crash down on the table. You say, "Oh, I'm just a little guy on his birthday,"
Correct.
and
That
you
is
hear
correct.
and you hear the tavern, the bartender go, "Ah, fuck, not another goddamn druid."
All right. So what brings you here?
Well, I was hungry, and I wasn't gonna pay him. I jerk a thumb at the barkeep.
So why were you in my room watching me sleep?
Because I thought that you were the one who had the most amount of money in your bag. I was gonna see if I could get into your bag, but then you spotted me first. Good eye, by the way.
I the dragon man thing suspiciously.
So you're planning to steal from us?
Oh yes. If you hadn't caught me.
My hand that still doesn't have a strawberry that she was in slowly drifts its way towards one of my rapiers just to rest on its handle.
I start inching towards the strawberries.
I guess you sort of start inching your way back towards the strawberries, but it wouldn't really be difficult for everyone else to realize that you were going for the strawberries again.
Also, for the fact I'm literally holding the platter out to you.
Listen,
That too.
it's been a long journey. It's been a long walk. Listen, I don't know if you know much about folks like me. We don't really get too hung up on these so-called things called they share that name with the things that taste good. Morals, those things. We don't really terribly care about that. Either you're right and you live, or you're wrong and you're dead.
I'll turn to Hamilton. I'll go, "Do you not remember the last druid that we have tried to burn this place down? This is pretty much par for the course."
You know,
Yeah,
Well.
the bartender goes, "Yeah, I know. Get the fucking druid out of here."
I'll just kind of poke my head around and look at the barkeep. This one hasn't exhibited fire yet. I don't think this one's gonna burn down.
All right, but if I see a spark of flame from that druid, it's on your ass.
I don't want fire on my ass.
I wave my hand. Don't worry, don't worry. The most I can do is flame arrows right now. Don't worry. Now about those strawberries.
Do you also say hello by trying to steal from those that you're trying to talk with?
Yes. That's
And
one
where-
reason why we don't have a lot of neighbors.
And where are you from so we can not visit there ever?
That's the problem. I don't think that you can pronounce it with a mammalian tongue.
Other news, Hamilton is fighting every fiber in his being from attacking the fucking lizard right now.
Oh,
Now, Itar's studying very carefully.
While the commotion's happening, Cyril's gonna get breakfast.
So Itar's going to kind of get up and he's gonna, as he's leaving, he's gonna like stop for a second and kind of like look like he remembered something, and
Like,
and then just kind of keep walking. And as I walk out, I'm gonna go stand out front real quick. I need some fresh air.
So,
Yeah.
what brings you around these parts?
oh, you know,
Well, stealing, obviously.
that hurts. That hurts. I say in between eating mouthfuls of stolen strawberries. But, you know, the usual. Was in Homeland. Was having great time. Then Dark Power corrupted tribe. Was run out of Homeland. Nearly died on trip. Found myself in new area. This land. The usual.
Ah, yes, heard it time and time again, many, many times. And then all of a sudden, Harold just kind of looks around, just like, I'm pretty sure I have.
Am I done with the strawberries yet, Taco?
You have finished the strawberries.
I finished the strawberries. Are there any more
But you
strawberries in sight?
But you have blueberries and kiwis.
Hmm.
Don't ask me where they came from. I found them.
How convincing
Don't
is
ask
he
me where
about
they
telling me
came
about
from.
these fruits and vegetables? Mostly fruits.
I don't know. Are you? I don't think he's necessarily trying to be deceiving with it.
Because otherwise I'm going to be skedaddling. I was grabbed as a lizard. I was threatened by these people as a lizard, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here as a probably not lizard. I can't trust these people. I say to these people, convince me. Where are these blueberries and other berries?
Right in front of you.
Well, all right then. Are they right in front of me? Is he telling the truth?
It is a charcuterie.
Are they very?
It is a charcuterie board again.
Well, then I claim the entire board. Sit down in a chair and I go to town. Well, my brother in Christ, whenever you go across an Arctic wasteland, you become a hungry little boy.
I just stare at her suspiciously, or him suspiciously, while he eats all the food that Harold scavenged up for his waff cake.
Waffle.
Oh, my waff cake's gone. I had my berries with my waff cake. So this was just extra that I happened to find.
Well, then after about 5 minutes or so, you finish eating the board.
Oh, I ate the board too? That's fair enough.
You are a wizard.
So, after eating all of the fruit in sight, Kiltoth kicks back. So, what are you guys in for?
I don't understand the question. Do you think we're in prison?
No, what have you been doing around here?
Oh,
What's there to do?
Oh, I just kind of look at Itar. I don't know. What
He's
is there to
outside.
do?
How do you look at him?
Oh, he's
How can you look at him? He's outside.
Now, there's a possibility that I would have heard that screaming, though.
Yeah.
Probably.
Actually, yeah, no, we're gonna do that. I just kind of point myself towards the door. I don't know, Itar. What is there to do around here?
What?
She asked what we were doing around here. I don't know. What we doing around here?
I mean,
Mention
we
the truck.
just went to sleep last night, woke up this morning, had some breakfast, and met you. So, Harold, I heard you call. What was the question?
Oh, what is there to do around here? And it was kind of a thing of
Kid,
we
stay
did
the
just
fuck
kind
asleep.
of
Stop squirming.
and he just kind of gestures in the direction of
City.
yeah, I just kind of gestured in the direction towards the tree.
Well, we talked about some of the other stuff going on in the other parts of this area, didn't we? So, I mean, we've got some stuff to go do. I don't know about our new friend just yet, but I know there are fires and shadows way out there. Something about pressing matters and needing to go investigate and figure it out.
Well, I do owe you at least one favor for the meal. Maybe at least another favor for not running a knife through my gut right after that meal.
Oh, the day's not over.
I mean, if you'd like us to, we could certainly make arrangements to make sure we, collect our debt, to say the least.
That's still an option.
And
I won't make it
so,
easy, but that's still an option.
what did you say your name was again? I'm sorry.
Keel Toth.
And you said you're not from around here, right?
That's right.
And you're looking for something to do, correct?
Something to do, a place to stay.
So, I can't speak for everybody, of course. But the one thing that I will say is, because with you being new around here, one of the things that most of the residents of this realm, I think, as you put
Forgot
it,
there was a box on my door.
don't enjoy is
Actually,
how you said that where you're from, you don't have the same morals and the same guiding values, which is respectable. But here, taking of things that belong to others is looked down upon, which explains kind of some of our hesitancy towards you. So, for myself, I mean, with what we saw and what could be out there, um, I think that I'd be willing to. I have no issues with you joining us, but we may have to exchange some cultural acceptances. That way we can kind of stay on the good graces of everyone we're going to be interacting with.
I think you're one of those silver tongue types, aren't you? But that
mean,
seems fair
we-
enough to me.
We could also just start forcing you against your will to do what we would like. We do have that power.
I think I'm gonna get along with this guy. I point at Emil.
And Itar looks over at Emil and gives him a noticeable wink with his scarry eye, and the kind of blue and purple flares out just a little bit. So he doesn't really know if it's a wink or if there's something going on with the scar on my face. But everybody else, how do we feel about that?
Well, he's on thin ice with me because he was watching me sleep.
They're really close to, seeing the bad side of what I can do. But as you said, everyone deserves a chance to redeem themselves. So, as long as they don't fuck around and find out, we'll be.
I'll make sure to toe the line up to fucking around. Just toe the line up to fucking around.
I'm sure having another pair of eyes when we're looking for spoils would not be disadvantageous.
As long as he doesn't take them all.
Cyril finishes his one waffle and one pancake.
I believe everyone has finished their breakfast. In this tavern, there is a job board. In this particular ways.
All right, so I get up and I go over to the board. All right, so I start perusing the list of Craig. What's on there? Okay, so there's two options that require us to leave the village, and there's one that we can just handle right here, right now, and pays pretty well.
Right here, right now, you say?
Yeah, apparently there's a series of thefts going on at the town square.
Oh, really? And I look at
Itar kind of, yep, he does the same thing.
Everyone's eyes.
Would you happen to know anything about that, Keeltath?
I haven't heard anything about that. I only just recently got into town myself.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I say, narrowing my eyes just a little bit, taking another drink of my margarita.
Can I roll to see if he's lying?
Sure, you can roll insight, and then Keeltoth, you can roll persuasion or deception, whichever one is fitting.
It's a good roll. I don't think I'm gonna be able to persuade you here.
A crit.
Keeltath does a really bad job of making his case, but you can still
Listen here.
that he, in his eyes, you can tell he's pretty confused.
So you're saying
God.
it wasn't him? Just double checking my life. Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
I'm glad I got that one out of my
does
system.
not know anything
I
about
mean,
theft.
anyone who stammers over their words that much definitely didn't, commit these crimes.
Well,
But
then,
yeah, I swear it wasn't me. I totally didn't do it. I don't know anything about that.
I'll believe you for now.
What job are we doing? The one that's here and now, and figuring out who's stealing what.
I think that's what y'all decided on, unless anyone objected.
No, I don't think we did.
Idea.
We had our suspect, but he's too confused to have actually achieved that kind of thievery.
So does the job board mention where we need to go and who to start talking to, Harold?
I don't know.
It
Does
sure
it?
does.
Oh, hey, you know what? It just so happened. It does actually. So if you look right here, and he kind of holds up the paper he's taken off the board. This is who we need to talk to, because I totally read that.
Captain Alenia at the City Guards Barracks.
Yes, that.
It may not necessarily be, going out and checking on the doom that exists over the horizon, but let's do it.
Haven't we learned by now that everything's connected? So it's probably got something to do with the doom and gloom on the horizon.
I don't know if I subscribe to the theory of the strings and everything being connected, but I'll go with it.
What do you do now? You are supposed to go talk to the captain of the guard, Alenia. Fair enough. The job listing did say that you can find the captain in. Hello there, dark cloaked man. What can I help you with?
Yeah. So, me and my friends, and I point way the fuck back where they are. We're staying in the tavern in town, and we saw a job posting that you've had some thieves in town, and that we are to report with Captain. I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. Captain Alania.
Captain Alenia. Yes. You may
Just
be able
wondering if you know
find
where I can find them.
You may be able to find her in the barracks, and he points. He points in a direction. Barracks are about 10-minute walk that way.
Much appreciated.
Happy to help.
And then I yeet myself back to the group. Guard way the fuck over there. Really friendly guy. I would have a beer with him or two. Says that we can find
Guard
the
way the
captain
fuck
in a
over there.
10-minute walk, and I point in the same direction he pointed at. That way.
Sounds good.
Well, let's get going then.
After about a 10 minutes walk, you go. You find yourself at the guards barracks. You will you knock on the door and you are greeted with the face of a human dressed in armor. He's got long shoulder length black hair, very pretty green eyes, and very esteemed silver armor. She looks at you and goes, "May I help you?"
We're looking for the captain.
I kind of nudge Abe here, like, this is
Yes, that's me. What can I help you with? Oh, wait, are you here about
We're
my job?
the one you posted in the tavern.
Yes, I did that a while ago. I had almost forgotten about it.
Yes, we saw that, and we're curious if you still needed assistance with this.
Yes, if anything, the problem has gotten worse than ever. There's been over 20 reported cases of theft coming from the Times Square in the last 3 days alone.
I eyeball
Wow.
our new friend.
Hold up my hands. Don't look at me.
She will look at you after you say "Don't look at me," and I'll just be like, she'll go, why would you say that? Now you're making me suspicious.
Well, they're not from here, apparently. The first thing that they told us was They were here to drink our beer and steal our rum.
I tell her I am just a little boy on my birthday.
What does that mean where you're from?
Didn't you mention that that's how you said you say hello from where you're from?
Yes.
Well, there we go then.
Well, there we go then.
I feel like it's just much more convenient to say hi. Well, anyways, yes, I'm here about the
But
rum
anyways,
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah, just
and
if you would be able to, find who did this and maybe even help some of the citizens get their stuff back, we would be uh in your debt. And she looks for a second, just like, I do have some friends in high places that may be able to give you some more work in the city.
So, would you have an idea on where to start? I could only assume you wouldn't expect us to just go out and be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, guys, people been stealing stuff. You got any info?" Just doesn't seem like it would be beneficial.
All of the thefts have taken place on the on the town square. There's also partly a residential area there, so you may ask some citizens there who, if they noticed anything strange, if they got their shit stolen, if, all of that stuff.
Is there anything else that you could tell us that you think might be beneficial to this job?
Ah, yes. Our initial guess was the city's thieves guild. I mean, it seems like uh, the obvious suspect, right? But
It would seem.
it, you know, and I'm still a little suspicious of them myself. But hey, they in their statement they said they vehemently deny any wrongdoing, and they're pursuing legal action against the city for defamation now after we accused them. So we can't, can't really accuse them that much.
So I have a question for you on that. When you accused them, where did you accuse them at? Like, were you in their guild, like, to their persons? Or did you, like, put up flyers around the town that said the Thieves Guild did it?
We went down to their headquarters and talked to them about it directly. But please don't go there because some random god might not have fully rendered that part of the map yet.
Oh, no. So, to my understanding, defamation had to have caused some sort of damage, and for damages to be caused in that kind of sense, you would have had to have gone around like spreading the information to the city or accusing them in a public place, something like that. But if you went in and just talked to them personally and then kept everything to yourself after that, they would have to show, especially because they're the ones suing you, you're the defendant in this, they would have to show without a doubt that you caused some sort of harm. And as long as y'all have been on the up and up, there's just no way that harm could have even happened. So it sounds like it's a frivolous lawsuit to me.
It does sound that way, but we can't take any chances. You understand.
do you by chance know, like, I would assume that these thefts are happening under the guise of night. Would you happen to have asked the gods that keep watch during that time if they've seen any suspicious actions and uh, where they might have led to?
We have talked to them, yes. But all of them reported the same thing. Even under the guise of night, there was a strange darkness, dark even for the nighttime, that fell upon the square for a brief period.
Interesting, interesting. Probably dealing with someone with magical aptitude, if that's the case.
That does make sense to me.
Anyways, I'll let you get back to the legal conversation with
Yeah.
your
So
friend.
yeah, I of course I know you'll know how to protect yourself, but I mean, as long as you didn't tell anybody else that you believe that this was fact and they can't show any kind of harm done to them, more or less, you're kind of off the hook, and they should know that. You might be able to send someone back down there and just letting them know that they can do this all they want, but as soon as you win, you can countersue them, and then they could be in a world of hurt. They may not want to take that course of action.
What is your name? Oh, wise one
Oh
in the
God.
ways of the law.
I'm Itar, but I wouldn't call it necessarily wise in the ways of the law. Just I like to read. But also just remember that because you are the one being sued, they have to prove that you did what you did, and they have to prove the damages that were caused. And they have to prove that you went out and told everybody else in some way or fashion. But yeah, just remember those, and I think y'all will do fine. And of course, if they show proof and you know it's false, or then you can prove that it's false, now you've got them for like lying in front of everybody at court, which is just as bad.
I'll definitely be sure to consult with my attorneys on that one.
Do they always happen at night, or have there been like day robberies that you're aware of?
There have been day robberies.
Perfect.
Well,
Not perfect, but perfect.
not perfect, but perfect.
Because that means we have to like stake out the place for the whole day rather than just being like, okay, we rest right now and then we come back at night and then we just when the suspicious act happens, we can catch the people in the act. We now have to be there constantly.
Congratulations. Yes. Honestly, if you go down there, someone might try to steal from you like themselves,
I look at the lizard again.
Hey.
It's is this lizard a thief or something that I don't know about?
No.
Not well. We have yet
Maybe.
to decide that. Have they stolen from us yet? No, but will they? Who knows? But if
Okay.
they do, they've been thoroughly warned what will happen.
Yeah, and I feel like this is business I should not be getting mixed up in. You do whatever you do to your weird little lizard friend. Well, I will trust that you will handle it with top men. Any other questions, or shall I send you on your way now? Because I really am. I'm not that busy. I just want to be left alone. And let me know if you find anything.
All right, back to town square we go.
Back to Town Square. Successfully make your way back to Times Square. Town Square without incident.
Is there a shop here that might sell armor?
The smithy, right there.
I have brief business in the smithy.
I mean, if you would like company, I can always tag along.
If you so wish.
I don't know, we're in a new place and thievery about, plus some of the other stuff we've experienced. I don't know if it's necessarily a good idea to travel alone.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, since I made such good friends with this guard up over here, I'm gonna saunter back up to him.
Let's split the party.
Yeah, I
Already?
didn't hear where people were going, and I'm like, you know what? Hamilton's
That's
gonna
fair.
go do his
Nah.
own thing now.
Now you're chilling. I need to talk to the smithy real quick.
Okay, you're doing the smithy. You're making friends with the guard. What are you asking the guard? What's the play here?
Hamilton's gonna go up and like, hello again. Have you ever been on the night watch or like seen the thievery but take place by chance?
Hey, if I saw the thievery, I would have stopped it, wouldn't I?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, yes, but like, maybe it was like 40 people, and like, you're one guy, and I'm sure you could handle 40 men on your own, but like, it's like, you could probably have like taken them on, but like, strength in numbers kind of thing. So maybe it's like, I don't really know where I'm going with this, but like, have you seen anything suspicious? I guess I'm just trying to gather more information and see if there's anything else we can kind of go off of.
I will say,
If-
one of the thefts happened in broad daylight while I was on watch. And it was the weirdest thing. Everything just suddenly got dark, almost like the sun was blotted out for a split second. And then when all the light came back, I had 3 people come to me at once telling me that they were all pickpocketed. It was the weirdest shit.
So has it just been pickpocketing, or have they been like targeting, like, maybe the smithy and stealing weapons and or meats from the kitchens, or has it just been pickpocketing, unlucky passerbyers?
It has mainly been pickpocketing, but the smithy did report a couple of rare weapons going missing, a couple of weapons that he was making specifically for Lady Kalira.
Okay, I hand the guard a gold and say, get him something nice.
Oh, thank you. You are very kind, my friend.
I mean, you're doing a good job, and I've got a good feeling about you. All right, I come into the smithy and I see my friends in here, or at least a couple of my friends.
Okay. What is Elquin doing? What is Keeltough doing?
I'm hanging out.
Elquin's just gonna kind of follow Hamilton and slink in the shadows.
You click through the wall. We'll say that Harold is also hanging out in the smithy with everyone.
Alright. I am here in the smithy, and I would hello. I would like to purchase 1 set of studded leather armor. I have this chainmail to trade in for it.
That will net you a total cost of 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
Is that all your business in the smithy?
Yes, that's all I'm here to do.
All right. As you're completing your purchase, the entire party also just walks in behind you.
Introduce myself as Mr. Hamilton. Question him about the recent theft that he endured, and see if he has any suspicions on who might have wanted that and who might have had, like, because I feel like if you're making something for like a high-ranking official, you don't make it known until like it's done and the person's coming to pick it up. So I feel like someone spying on him or someone close to him would know, like, this is going to be super valuable. I need to steal this.
Yeah. I tried to keep it relatively hush, but I mean, it's a relatively small town. Word can get around sometimes, but
Right. But I'm just like, who would you think? Like, I'm sure, like, you might have told the missus, and maybe the missus told the other people. I'm making judgments here, so correct me if I'm wrong. But
in terms of enemies, I mean, Lady Caleria is nobility in this town. She, I imagine, has many enemies.
I'm assuming that the same thing happened where, like, it was like a magical darkness came over and you couldn't see anything, even in like. Are there any other like special artifacts that you're currently working on crafting that may be a next target? Do you think? I
Well,
understand your reservations of telling me this information, but it's just one of those, like, we're trying to catch the people. So, like, if you think that I point to just some random piece of or something in his shop, if you think that could be like the next target, like, that's one of those things we might, maybe a couple of us stake around the building and see if we see any suspicious activity.
like I don't. I really shouldn't be telling you this. Just
Completely
forget I
understand.
said anything. Just like
While he's looking down at his shoes, I just saunter up, and I'm like, "Listen, we're just trying to help prevent anything else from getting stolen. Any information you might have will help us figure out who this thief is. If you just tell us, we can help you.
Look, I really shouldn't be telling you this, but I guess if it's to prevent further thefts, I suppose I could share some information. He pulls out a little secret compartment from his desk. And out of the secret compartment, he pulls out a key. It's a small metal key. The rulers of the city had me build this key for a panic room, an escape room, in case anything, you know, goes wrong and can't be too safe. And he hastily puts it back in the secret compartment of the desk and locks it up.
Does anybody else know about the secret compartment that you just pulled this key from?
No, not as far as I know. I haven't told anyone about it. Not even my wife.
Have you seen any suspicious people in your shop here lately?
My brother in Christ, you are suspicious people in my shop right now.
Look, I get that we seem very suspicious with our wide range of personalities, but I promise we are just trying to help figure out who or what stole your items and return them safely to you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I misjudged you. We don't see we don't see lizard folk around here that often.
I mean, that's totally fair. We just acquired this new friend, so if you would like him to step outside while we discuss the more intricate details, we will gladly ask him to step outside.
No. It's okay. I'll put my faith in the man. But if I regret this,
I can promise you, you will not regret putting your faith in us.
so yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I guess sometimes I uh see people wearing black hoods come around. But other than that, I can't say I really see anything too suspicious.
No other new faces besides our lizard friend and us here?
No, not that I can remember.
Thank you for your cooperation, good sir.
Thank you for trying to put an end to this madness. As you all walk out of the smithy, I presume one steps out of the the smithy area. You are met with a hooded man.
Oh, hello.
Elquin sees this shadowy figure, and her hand instantly moves to the handle of her rapier, ready to pull it out if necessary.
Easy there. We don't want anyone getting hurt now, do we? I hear y'all have been sticking your nose where it doesn't belong.
Have you been sticking your hands where they don't belong by chance?
My lawyer has advised me not to answer that question.
I mean, it takes one to know one's putting their nose where it don't belong, doesn't it? Yet again, he is pleading the fifth.
You see, I really don't know what to tell you other than it's best for you to keep your nose out of it if you like keeping your nose attached to your body. Is all I'm saying.
See, Itar's not in a good mood. He's gonna walk forward a little bit and kind of pulse really deep and just look at the individual in the eyes after that. And oh, thank you. And just tell the individual point blank that if he threatens any of them again, he will die. So if you prefer to keep any of your body parts attached, you won't threaten us again. And you probably best make your way where you came from.
As you say that, you notice the sun starts getting dimmer, and over the course of the next couple seconds, you in fact can no longer see
Damn
in
it.
front of you.
I was right. These are the solar eclipse.
I'm guessing none of the spellcasters noticed any kind of incantation going off.
They did not, unfortunately. You hear from the other end of the darkness, from where the hooded figure once came from, and he goes, My, somebody needs to learn some manners, don't they? And then through the darkness, you hear many footsteps. But in addition, you also hear the pained screams of a few guards out in the distance. Before we roll initiative, that's where we're gonna end off for tonight. Good job, you stuck your nose where it doesn't belong, and now people are threatening to murder you.
That's what we're
Yay!
missing.
What else is new?